Admiral, you do realise this is going to be a longer one, and how have you roped me into this? I can't back out now, they're already in the conference room. I guess we should get started. I'm sure you're related to Dax. Nope. Sorry, you had to hear that, didn't you? I do apologise. Well, a bit different from a normal introduction for this. Greetings, and welcome to this legendary Starship stats review hosted by Shadowstar, and welcome to Deep Space Nine. Please, allow me to introduce you to the Glenn class, legendary Temporal Operative science vessel. The one in my fleet is identified as the ISS Lorca NCC 2257G. If you get the reference, you like the same captain as me probably, or at least one of them. Now, this is going to be a longer video. It can't be helped because this is part of the 10 ship legendary bundle. There are many warnings and many things I need to pass on in regards to this bundle due to its cost. Now, each ship in the legendary bundle comes with all the consoles and traits of its past counterparts, but none of its future counterparts. This should be noted. Also, due to this being in a 10 ship bundle and unfortunately not able to purchase any of these ships individually at present, I should note that, well, as my patrons put it the best, when I asked for them to give me names for the 10 ships, they gave me, "Why the hell is this bundle is still bloody expensive? Also, how much money do you think we have, you suck?" Very poignant points. I should agree with them on that one. I do agree with them on that one. Cryptic, sorry for this. Just going to say to all of you right now, anyone considering the bundle, please do not purchase the bundle while it is at a full price. There are two versions of the bundle now. This is a nice thing to note because it means you can buy a premium version or the version that gives you all the additional extras that is quite frankly not worth it. However, the premium bundle is pretty good as, well, at least when it's on sale, you're acquiring 10 ships while saving yourself on previous ships if you don't already have them. These 10 ships are all at least at fleet level, if not slightly superior, and they come with the consoles and traits of the past lineages, as previously mentioned. On that note, there is a fair bit of savings to be achieved when you do purchase the legendary ships. However, you're also going to want to know at such a high pricing that you're going to be utilizing them frequently. I guess that's the point of this review, right? So, please, whether you're members of the Federation, the Klingon Empire, Romulans, or the Dominion, please get comfortable. The replicators are active for you. To my donators, Negus, Dante Demonic, Skyhawkings, my Patreons, hopefully soon to be YouTube membership, Tribal Typhoon, TravisGames, Dark Stars Order, Cross-Eye Deplorable, Skyhawkings, and Twitch subscribers, Tribal Typhoon, Miss Future Teach, Fox Plays Games, and Miss Future Teach again on the gifted side of things. Thank you to their generosity for making this video possible, as well as the coming 19 videos. And on that note, whew, let's begin. Step 2. Brief look at customization options. Well, isn't this awkward? Okay, so you can see I've got a few templates down there. Guys, The Crossfield refit is a more recent ship. Unfortunately, it is not included in the templates of the Glen. Should you acquire the legendary Glen and not have the Crossfield refit, you will only have access to the Glen, the Mirror Crossfield, which, quite frankly, in itself, looks pretty nice. And I have heard a lot of people like it. And the Crossfield. One of the ships that is just preemptively a favourite of mine. They're nice ships. I mean, I have my digs and things I don't like about it, but they're nice ships. You also come with the Crossfield windows as well as the other Type 0 to Type 6. Crossfield refit again is limited to only if you have the Crossfield refit. Same goes for the hulls. You gain access to the Terran Type 2, Terran Type 1. Awesome, lovely to see, I think. Discovery era Terran hulls look absolutely stunning, I must say. Good to have on the ship. You have all the other Discovery eras. Defiant, Discovery, Galaxy, NX, all this. Nice little extras. Sovereign refit, Intrepid. You can get some nice looks out of this ship. I'll put it that way. You can get some very nice looks. As far as customization options go for it, from that, you also have the ability to swap out the hull, saucer, neck, and nacelles to get various options. You have access to the Terran Crossfield Bridge, the Crossfield Bridge, and the Walker Bridge with the ship as well, which is probably my favourite part of this because, well, I'm a huge fan of Discovery aesthetics. I'm a huge fan of Picard aesthetics. Mind you, they're pretty much the same, so hey! And of course, if you've purchased them, you do have the ability to add other bridges if you chose to. Okay, so to try and make this as quick as possible for you guys, it should be noted that if you do not have the Crossfield refit from the recent lockbox at the time of making this video, you will not have access to the Crossfield refit components. This includes its windows, its own personal material, and its template, I think is the word I'm looking for. However, not a massive loss, because if I'm honest, I feel like STO did the refit of it better. You gain access to the Glen template, of course, the Mirror Crossfield and the Crossfield templates, which are both very stunning in looks. You get the Terran Crossfield Bridge, the normal Crossfield Bridge, and the Walker Bridge. Again, these will be covered in visual reviews if you want to see the aesthetics a bit better. You get all your typical window types minus the Crossfield refit. Defined, Discovery, all the Discovery era hulls, the Discovery era Terran hulls, let's just be honest, these can look absolutely amazing. Oops. Galaxy, Intrepid, NX refit, Sovereign refit, the other Terran types, should you wish for them. Yeah, if they're to your liking, not exactly to mine. Seriously, there should not be that much yellow. And of course, the classic types. They're all there for you. So, from that, since this is long enough, let's get into what people really want to know. Shall we? Okay, if I'm honest with you guys, this is the hardest bit to record, and I've actually done things out of order now because, yeah, it's a struggle. You see, I've got a couple of options to do here. We're talking about the stats for you guys, and One would be to compare it to its counterparts in the game, which I can't really do. See, first thing on the stats to note, as it likes to show up and show, would be the fact that it costs 30,000 Zen to get this ship. However, it is part of a 10 ship bundle. It gives you access to the traits of all ships in the bundle as a result, because you can use all ships up to the point where you've unlocked all their traits, and then whether you want to keep flying them, that's up to you. But you've got all their traits from this bundle. You've got all their consoles, and some of these consoles are very useful, very versatile to use. This ship is going to be a blooming good example when we talk about the traits and the consoles of this ship. But then to directly compare her to her counterparts is extremely unfair. You see, although it sounds fair on paper, since they are both lockbox or one promo ship, which makes them obviously very expensive, about as expensive, sometimes as expensive to obtain as this one legendary ship is, as it is locked within a 10 ship bundle. I guess this gives argument for us against Cryptic, who like to say these ships wouldn't sell outside of a big bundle, that yes they would. You see, at 30,000 Zen for the bundle, that means this one ship out of the 10 ships costs you 3,000 Zen. Yet, unlike other 3,000 Zen ships, aka your atypical tier 6 Zen ship, you are acquiring not one trait and not one console, but multiple traits and multiple consoles. You are also getting every visual aesthetic available at the time of this ship's release, and to make things vastly superior for it, this ship's stats are fleet level, not straight typical Zen store. Meaning you could say this ship's value is actually 3,500 Zen, rather than your atypical 3,000 Zen. With this argument in place, the stats of the ship, as I'm now going to cover, will not be compared to anything else, because the only thing she should be compared directly to are her rival Zen ships. Boy, does that change ways to view this ship. She is a tier 6 science vessel with a level 65 hull of 47,250, with a hull modifier and a shield modifier screaming, "I'm hero birth." You know, the tier 6 birth that's just been released, very similar stat here. The Glen has 1.05 for the hull modifier and 1.45 for the shield modifier. I did not know that Glen had the same shield modifier stat as the Oberth, which means when I made an incorrect claim about the Oberth recently. She has a turn rate of 10, the impulse modifier is 0.18, the inertia rating is 45. Her bonus weapon bonus power settings are +5 to weapons and +15 to auxiliary. She has 4 tactical, 2 engineering, 5 science positions or console positions, 3 device slots, can equip the secondary deflector to really give her some extra kick. She has 4 forward weapons, 2 aft, that is her weakness in comparison to her other spearheads. However, that is normal for a science vessel. And, well, it's not normal for a science vessel, they're normally 3-3. This is actually superior, this gives her more tactical capabilities. And she has, bridge officer wise, she has a Ensign Universal, Lieutenant Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Commander Science with Command Specialization, and Commander Science with Temporal Specialization. She comes equipped with the Molecular Reconstruction Beam. This useful ability and its set allows you to augment her offensive, defensive or support capabilities and give her the ability to either deal heavy physical damage, implant good healing, or disable. she's a pretty damn fine ship if you ask me. She's got a lot going for her in the right way. Stats wise, though she is seemingly weaker to her counterparts in the game already, she's actually a very powerful vessel and a very capable Zen ship. There's a lot of maneuverability to her that I can come up with, and as a result, I do believe she'll make a low, slightly above average DPS vessel, definitely a really good shield tank, and an excellent support ship. This is not including the fact that, like I have already said, she comes with a lot of extras on her that typical Zen store ships don't have. So, with that being noted, let's talk about that. Wait a second, something isn't right here. Oh right, yeah, the skin has changed. So, get those off screen, we've got some more things to look at. Quite a bit more actually, kind of awkward. So, some of you may know the emitter-linked phaser beam array. Gives you some special advances. In this case, it's +5 to shield restoration and +5 to shield capacity. Nice little weapons you get here. Sensor linked gives you defensive maneuvering and weapon amplification. There is another one, I believe it's integrity linked. Or is it emitter linked? No. There is another one. They didn't give me it. But no, these, if you are interested in these weapons, you are actually able to acquire them via Infinity Weapons Packs or Discovery Lockbox. Personally speaking, you can get these in Phaser or Disruptor form, so it's great for both Klingons and Federation officers. And if I'm totally honest, they're also really good weapons. I have heard quite a lot of people swearing by the sensor-linked phaser beam array. I personally also utilise the sensor-linked phaser beam array, along with Agony. But on that note, since they're a very small part and they do about average phaser damage, they're not really too heavy to talk about. So how about we talk about these two little buggers? First of all, the Mycelium Ambush. Giving you Lorca maneuver. In general, I like having Mycelium Ambush just because of the visual spectacle it gives you. But this gives you a +50 to Starship readiness, improving your Starship Bridge Officer cooldown. Nice. Plus 14.3 to your Starship Exotic Particle Generators, improving your exotic damage. Plus 14.3 to your Starship Drain expertise, your energy drain, your energy and shield drain, slash resistance to the same. And then plus 14.5 to your Starship Control expertise. As a support bow, I absolutely love this console. It's one of my favourite consoles to have as a support player, and is one I strongly recommend to anyone who wants to get a decent support build that also has a bit of firepower to it as well. It's one of those consoles I strongly advise for. Support builds, that is. Now, if you're talking tank or DPS, that might be another story. Control tanks might be able to utilise this relatively well, the hybrid tank of control and endure. However, DPS, I'm not 100% sure if this is a useful console for you. I have to be honest. However, the active ability to teleport plus weapons buff, then teleports with the torpedo salvo, giving you, this is a lie, but I will explain how to confuse it in a second. You can teleport forwards 8 kilometers, and then to the foes within 5 kilometers of that distance, minus a third of their flight speed for 10 seconds, And to yourself, you gain a firing cycle haste for energy weapons, plus 50 to accuracy and plus 25 to your critical chance. After 5 seconds, you launch 3 torpedo salvos, dealing 3,600 kinetic damage per torpedo, and then you teleport backwards 8 kilometers. The control amplification, basically, you can improve. Just gonna put that on there right now. Now, one thing I need to bring in for you guys here. Yes, that sounds like it can deal a lot of damage, and it can deal a lot of damage. The firing cycle haste is very nice too, but there are other consoles you could utilize that will get a superior effect. Domino, for example. However, this console can be utilized in a second way. For example, if you're moving forwards and you don't want to continue to move forwards, you'd rather turn around and go back when you warp, so you want to do a 8-kilometer walk backwards for the first move. How about turn your ship into reverse? If your ship is in reverse during the first teleport, you will go backwards instead of forwards. During the second teleport, if your ship is in reverse for that, your ship will go forwards instead of backwards. Just a little trick you can play, should you wish to give it a try. Now, we also have the weaponized Helica toolship. I have seen this advised by Oggy a couple of times in some builds. I have always been disappointed that I never got it. I am happy I now have it. Plus 15% phaser damage, plus 15% critical severity. These are DPS pleasures. Great to see. And a PP AoE physical damage and hold chance 6 times per second to up to 2 foes, dealing 446 physical damage with 50% shield penetration and a 10% chance to hold for 10 seconds. Targets chosen are in a clockwise rotation, so nice clockwise in your targeting arc. If you're good enough at turning and steering, you can actually manage to keep this console on one target the whole time. However, that really does take precision. And I'm not sure if you really want to utilize it because, in honesty, this going around many targets all at once, and you're not going to have that many targets around you all at once. You're still going to do a lot of damage to each target, and it's going to be quite efficient. Honestly, rotating these consoles, Mycelium Ambush, I'm so glad that it's universal and can be used on any ship. Gets a pleasant 8 out of 10 from me. Weaponized Helican Torsion, again being utilizable on any ship, and a universal console. It gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It would have got 10 out of 10 if it dealt more damage. Double that physical damage and that would have been it for me. I would have gone 10 out of 10 console, love it. Yeah, it needs to be a bit weak or it could be too strong. Okay, Masteries time. Achieve the first level of main mastery. Sorry, tier 5 mastery of it. And you'll unlock the multiple traits. The 2 traits of the Science Destroyer and the Spearhead. Terran Machinations gives you a tactical and science cross-wiring. When activating attack pattern bridge officer abilities, which I love to use by the way, you gain plus 30% to exotic damage for 15 seconds, and when activating control bridge officer abilities, you gain a 10% firing cycle and haste to energy weapons. People, this is an absolute pleasure for me because this is me in a nutshell. Because I am a support DPS player, meaning I utilize a level of DPS along with control normally, that is the trait perfected for me. That is exactly what I need. And it'll be utilizable and useful to so many other players. Given the Terra Machinations trait, in my personal opinion, 9 out of 10. Black Alert gets so damn close to it. Duplicate attack target with Torpedo Salvo. For 12 seconds upon activating Beam Overload, Cannon Rapid Fire, or any Intelligence Bridge Officer ability, weapons damage to foe creates a Spore Duplicate, which attacks the foe and up to 2 other foes around it, dealing almost 6,000 kinetic damage to each before disappearing. Up to 4 total Spore Duplicates can be created. Maximum of 1 per 3 seconds. If you're good at maintaining the uptime on your Bridge Officer abilities, Black Alert can be one of the most devastating DPS traits in the game. It is easy to utilize, very effective, and still one of my favourite looked at traits whenever I go into utilising a new build, even as a support player. For this reason, this trait also gets 9 out of 10 from me. First legendary ship to look at, and we're already seeing some absolutely beautiful potential from what you can acquire from her. To round this part up, it is a shame to say, unfortunately, the promo version of this ship is extremely similar, but is actually superior to her. Her lockbox variants, well, she's on par with the Spearhead, but the Spearhead refit kind of takes it to another level. However, this good looking ship, and she definitely has looks on her side, well, she does come with her 2 biggest rivals traits, and well, 2 of her rivals traits and consoles, and she is still a very effective ship, even with 1 less rear rear weapon position. Personally, I may be flying her look, but I will continue to fly the refit, which I have possession of. The refit is my preference and favourite. That is the most recent one that's come out, so unfortunately it's not part of this one, or its entire set. But hey, I will be very happy to get this ship mastered and then to fly the Terran Mastery trait. Now we can go on to what is new. Oh, did you think we were done? I've only talked about what was old, what she got from the others. At level 6 Mastery, we have Temporal Anchor. Your gravity well visuals will be distinctly different. It deals bonus radiation damage and disables the foe. Your gravity wells deal 20% additional damage as radiation, and have a 20% chance per second to add 1 second of ability recharge. Your foe ability recharge. This is a very useful trait to any control build. Gravity Well 3 has been one of the most go-to abilities for a long time. It's very strong and has needed some love. Honestly, I will still be using the Rising Weather Vessels trait, as that one suits me as a support player, seeing as I aim to also help my allies deal additional damage and make my enemies weaker. This one is more focused on your DPS control boat or your straight up control boat. It's picking your traits wisely for what you're aiming to do, and I can happily say that the Temporal Anchor will be utilizable for so many builds. With that, let's take the ship into action. Temporal Anchor, you get 8 out of 10. Why slightly less than them? Because it just needed to be a little bit stronger. Let's go. Oh, I was playing about too much, and suddenly I don't like the way the hull looks anymore. What the? Okay, so disappointments aside, and the fact that you can't equip dual cannons on this ship is the only crossfield you can't. Cryptic, you really screwed this legendary over. This is kind of for fun now, because honestly, when we get to the end of this, you're going to hear my opinion of the Glen. But let's go for it. Let's have a laugh. Have some fun. These guys aren't going to last very long. Whoopsie daisy. You guys don't want to race now. Bye bye. I mean, still erased within seconds, we'll give it that. And I'm not modifying any of the power settings. Whoop whoop baby. Get some shots off. Get some shots off before we walk back off. Bye. And then you're in the running slant of that target. Oh, don't mind me. Gosh, she's taking some damage. Come here, puppet boy. And you like that, get dragged out of that. You're not gonna last very much longer. Goodbye, my old friend. Mind you, I wasn't in much better condition. Yes. Defense is not where I would like them to be. Well, let's be a bit more brutally mean over this one. Mind you, I'm going for a spread fight, not a singular target. Wasn't the smartest move in Garfigan. Excuse me. A whole bunch of lunatics. Well, let's do this. Come on. Give myself a little bit more firepower here. Bye-bye, Keldon. We're coming to you next. This is going to hurt them bad. Don't mind the Agony Field Modulator. It's a really useful console. But basically, anyone who wants to generate a huge amount of threat. Also, really good phaser console. Well, that didn't take too long, did it, when I went for an actual use of the build rather than just a couple of its elements? Now, I apologise that this video may not feel the smoothest flow, but here's where I kind of explain why. You see, originally in this video, I actually compared her against her other counterparts, the rivals, so to speak, her fleet and, well, not her fleet because there isn't a fleet variant, but to the promo and lockbox versions of this ship. Now, if I was going to be honest with you, I would tell you that the promo has got far higher DPS potential, and that the most recently released refit of the crossfield, refit of the spearhead, is definitely a superior ship to this one. However, these are lockbox ships. These are promo ships. That's not exactly a fair comparison for this ship to live up to. Overall, if I was to score her down for you, I would say this. Yes, she is not the best in DPS. I'm going to be honest. Not the best in DPS. She has got a nasty little rival with an experimental weapon and one extra weapon slot. Hell, every other version of the Crossfield has an extra weapon slot on her. Here's the thing though. She is a science vessel type, wielding the same number of weapons as your typical science vessel. So that shouldn't be held against her, if I'm honest. And I've been that was bad on me. I shouldn't have done that. She is a 3000 Zen ship when you think about it. She comes from a 30,000 Zen bundle containing 2 ships. She therefore costs 30,000 of that, 3,000 of that 30,000 Zen. She also gives you the consoles and the traits of the 2 counterparts that came out before her. Both the traits are great. Both the consoles are great. Her new trait may not be on par with the original 2, but it's still a very useful trait to control builds. And it's safe to say that she is fitting within the science ship run. She's a great science vessel. She's a more tactical science vessel. She has obvious rivals, but within the Zen store itself, and I would say the Fleet Zen store, since all of these legendary ships are on par to Fleet, she does very well to keep up with them, if not surpass them, as far as their own stats go. Yes, there are a couple of ships I'm in the Zen store I would recommend flying above her, but that's if you're only interested in her from the bundle. There is a lot to be acquired from this bundle, which makes, honestly, as critical as I've been of it, the bundle, while on sale, is still worth it. While on sale. To score her, tactically speaking, it's excellent that she has a more versatile weapon set for tactical builds. However, her turn rate of 10 is a weak spot. So, my viewpoint on her, tactically speaking, is she gets 6 out of 10. She's above average, but she's not incredible. Bridge officer, console seating. Oh no, actually, let's be somewhat fair. Console seating does actually allow for some decent strength, but bridge officer, her turn rate, and well, the fact she can't equip dual cannons is bringing her down. However, as a science ship, shield tank, she is very powerful. An incredible regenerative tank, incredible shield tank. She can last a long time in combat, and she's very good at keeping her allies up while she's at it. To quote someone's recent build, she's actually a good testbed for a control boat and a control tank, which is why I like her a lot. Now, as a support vessel, that again is going to score quite highly. So, whole tank, I'll give her 6 out of 10 again. Her whole defenses and her actual engineering side of things is a little bit too low in my opinion. A little bit too low. However, her shield tank gets a easy 9 out of 10 because she has incredible scientific strengths to her. Her regenerative tank side and tank overall as a result is 8.5 out of 10. Her support scoring should be obvious from this, again is going to be 9 out of 10. Why? She has the right level of combat power, she's relatively strong so she can stand in a fight while helping out her allies. She can roll all science positions extremely well, as any science ship should be capable of, and fundamentally she can multitask science abilities extremely well. Her temporal specialization is another great advantage to her overall, and this results in the final score for the Glen, in my personal opinion, just me thinking here. She gets she gets 7.5 out of 10. I know that sounds like I've suddenly gone low, but that's purely because I'm rating her as a singular ship. Expensive to get a hold of as the singular ship, but value is in her because she comes with other ships. Great flexibility and use. Nice looking ship. Good stats. What do you think of her? Please, in the comment section, let me know if you like the Glen. If you would have rather they changed up her stats a little bit more than they did. I mean, certainly it would be nice for Cryptic to have pulled the Ambassador class with the Glen a little bit, in my opinion. But all in all, I do think she is a nice ship and a worthy member of the bundle. Even if I wouldn't say she's quite on par with Enterprises, but this bundle still got 3 Enterprise for 3 Connies, so that's just another complaint aside. With this all being said, guys, like I've said, please in the comment section let me know what you think about this ship. Thank you for watching to the very end of this video, as I've begun to whittle on, and that's not a healthy thing. Let me know if you're interested in acquiring her at some point. And can I again say a massive thank you to the people credited on screen. Patreons, the donators, the Twitch subscribers, and to any future YouTube member. Your support is extremely appreciated. It's helping Shadowstar towards its dream, and the more support I get from you guys, the closer I get to going full time. With this all being said, again, thank you for watching. It's time to disembark. If you wish to stick around, please hit the subscribe and ring that notification bell. Otherwise, look after yourselves, stay safe, and ciao for now. Remember, my friends, live long and prosper.